Oh, hi, hello. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me, and I posted on Instagram if people wanted me to do a look with Makeup Geek shadows or BH Cosmetics. And BH Cosmetics won not by a lot, but I'm going to do a look with my newest palette, the Smitten in Switzerland, that I talked about this in my low buy update. I bought this at TJ Maxx or Marshall's for $8, and it's beautiful. And so in today's video, I did do my foundation already, but I wanted to just chat about the recent news about BH Cosmetics, that Makeup Revolution bought them and that Makeup Geek is closing. So I just want to chat. Products will be listed in the description box, and let's get started. I already have on the Milani eye primer, and like I said, I have foundation powder and a little bit of bronzer too, since that's always the same. I have used this palette once and it's really, really pretty. It seems very consistent with the BH formula, which is one of my favorite formulas. So there's a lot of options. This is a really nice color story. You could go purpley mauve, you could go blue, you've got greens, you've got this mustardy shade. Got some more taupey kind of colors. Actually, there's a lot of variety in this palette. I think I'm going to start with Matterhorn and use that in the crease. So yeah, recent makeup news. I'm sure everyone's heard that BH Cosmetics had filed for bankruptcy. We heard about that, I don't know, like about a month ago. And then we heard that Makeup Revolution bought them, apparently for $3.9 million. And it seems like, I talked about it a little bit in my low buy update video. And I think a concern a lot of people have is that it seems, I've never tried Makeup Revolution eyeshadows, but a lot of you guys told me that you have, and they're not that great. But I think a lot of us really like the BH Cosmetics formula. I think it's amazing. So I have this palette and 4 other palettes, I think. It's an amazing formula, especially, and it's so exciting you can get that for the price, but it's not good for the price. It's just good. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So the concern is, are they going to be able to maintain that quality now that they're being bought by Makeup Revolution? I think we're all hoping that this will just improve the formula for Makeup Revolution and not worsen the formula for BH Cosmetics. But I have to say a positive about it is that Makeup Revolution is in Ulta. They have all these brands. They're in Europe as well, other countries. It seems like they can produce a lot of items, maybe a little bit too many items and not have the quality, but it would be nice to see something more from BH Cosmetics. I feel like they're really only known for their eyeshadow palettes. Like, they have foundation and blushes and lip products, but they don't come out with that stuff all that much, and you just don't hear a lot about it. So personally, I would like to see more from BH Cosmetics. I'm hoping that this purchase is going to be a good thing. I'm going to go with this dark green here. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's a positive, but my number one concern is I really, really do not want the eyeshadow formula for BH to go down the tubes. So let's hope for the best on that one. Let us know what you think. I'm really curious to see, and how long until we actually see a new release from BH? Is it going to take a while, I'm assuming, now that they're being bought by someone else? Maybe we won't even see a release from them for a while. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that they start releasing stuff within a few months. We'll see. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on the BH thing. I just hope the quality is maintained. I hope that they're going to be sold at Ulta, and I'm hoping they release some new stuff. I'd like to see something other than eyeshadow from BH Cosmetics. I mean, because you can only own so many eyeshadow palettes. Granted, I have over 90. but still. I'm kind of liking this green with mustard halo situation here. I think this is nice. Makeup Geek closing. Yeah, so I was really bummed. Marlena did do a video talking about it. If you didn't see it, I recommend watching that. Basically, she said it's partly related to COVID and production. There were some things they had in the works to be produced, but they couldn't because of the whole pandemic. Things were slowed down, which happened to a lot of companies. But I don't know. In my opinion, we just haven't really seen a lot from them for several years, even long before the pandemic. So hard to know what to make of that. I really like her, and I have watched her. I'm going to do a little bit of this shade. It's kind of like a khaki green for a long time, you know, way back. I mean, she's like one of the original beauty YouTubers. I watched her Makeup Geek videos over 10 years ago. You know, and Makeup Geek, I think their eyeshadow formula is really, really good. However, I think a big similarity I see between Makeup Geek and BH Cosmetics is, I don't know, I don't think they really varied their releases that much. And I know that Marlena did do a video at one point talking about how she wanted to come out with concealers and complexion products, but there were production issues. She talked, I think it was an older video where she talked about that. So I don't know. I think, again, I think Makeup Geek could have done more. I think, you know, they had those highlighters, which were really, really good, blushes. I don't know. Again, I just think there was something lacking, even though I think the Makeup Geek formula is amazing. I think it's one of my favorite formulas, and so is BH Cosmetics. I think they are fantastic. I have an entire, let me show you, an entire palette. Which one is it? This palette, except for these here, which are the Menagerie Cosmetics Feral palette. This is all Makeup Geek. And then I have some older of the circular pan ones in another palette. So yeah, let me know if you'd want to see a look with this palette. The shades are pretty basic, obviously, and some of them are actually really, look at this. Some of the shades are similar to the palette I'm using today, which is kind of funny, but the quality on Makeup Geek is fantastic. I love this eyeshadow formula. It's so easy to use. It's great. So if you want me to do a look with those, let me know. But yeah, I just don't think that, let me get my setting spray. The downfall of Makeup Geek is all related to the last 2 years, because I do think it started before that. I'm gonna go with this green metallic. This shade is so pretty. Yeah, I think in a way they're kind of like BH, where I don't really think they kind of kept up with the times and released things that, you know, are trendy. I mean, it sucks. It's not all about what's trendy, but I don't know, if that's the stuff that's selling and you're running a business, you're kind of in a situation there, if you know what I mean. So a lot of the big trends I see in the last few years were cream blush, cream highlighters, more like skin tints, tinted moisturizers, very glowy look, more simplistic makeup, like lip oils have been a huge thing. A ton of brands have been coming out with lip oils. And I just don't think that either Makeup Geek or BH really jumped on any of those trends. So it's too bad. And maybe, you know, like Marlena wanted to, but she couldn't because of the production issues. And, you know, I do feel for her. But one thing she said in her video is that she said she is kind of ready to move on to something else. And I know that she's had other business ventures, like she had a clothing company and a jewelry company. Not that I heard much about those, but I did hear her talking about them on her YouTube channel. So, you know, it seems like part of it could have been she was also more focused on other brands that she was working on. So that is a possibility as well. I really love this look. I love green. I mean, green eyeshadow is probably my favorite. And the palette that I'm holding, this is in my current my stash, and I did do a look with this palette, the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette, a couple weeks ago. It was a 3 looks, 3 palettes video, so I did a look with this one, Urban Decay Naked Reloaded, and the Ultraviolet. So if you're interested, you can check that video out if you want to see more makeup looks. Okay. I really like this color combo. So I am going to clean up the fallout here. I didn't do concealer because I knew I was gonna get fallout, but yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I put on this gloss from ColourPop. This is the Luxe Gloss in That Sting. I really, really love this shade and this formula. That's all that I'm wearing on my lips. And for the rest of the eye look, pretty easy. Let's put the dark green on the lower lash line, and then I mixed these 2 shades just a little bit in the inner corner. And let's do some blush. I'm gonna use the ColourPop blush in Swirled. I mentioned this in a speed reviews video, and actually also the gloss, because I did get a PR package from ColourPop, which was exciting. I really do like this blush. It's really nice. Okay. And something I talked about in a favorites video I recently did is this Natasha Denona face palette, the Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. It's so amazing. I want to use this highlighter. I really want to get more of these face palettes. Just the formula in here is so nice. Okay, and a little finishing powder, Essence Pure Nude. Such good stuff. Okay, that is it. So yeah, that's the final look. Pretty easy. I love the BH formula. I'm really glad I bought this palette at Marshall's. Again, it was only $8. I mean, full price, these palettes are like $18, so it's not that expensive to begin with, but the formula is great. I love the color selection. I think there's a lot of variety in here. I like that you get, yeah, the greens and the taupes and the mauve. It's a really nice palette, so I'm really curious to see what BH Cosmetics does now that they are owned by Makeup Revolution. How is that gonna go? I don't know, we'll see, but I just hope they maintain the eyeshadow formula, and I would like to see some more complexion products, cream blush, something like that. And Makeup Geek, yeah, I think it's really too bad, but it seemed like from Marlena's video that she feels ready to move on, and maybe she's kind of focused on other things now. So it's really too bad. Their eyeshadow formula is amazing. But again, I just think the stories are a little bit similar between the brands, where I don't think they got enough different product variety other than eyeshadow. It seems like they kind of focused on that. And I think for brands to keep going, they need these products that you run out of and repurchase, like brow products. Like Benefit is like a really popular brand because I've never tried their brow products, but apparently it's one of the best-selling brands at Ulta and Sephora. And it's because they're known for brow products and mascara, which are things you run out of. You know, also like lip gloss, you run out of concealer, foundation, but kind of like Becca, their thing was highlighters. Highlighters and eyeshadow were like the 2 most difficult things to finish and run out of. And your average consumer does not have that many of those. I mean, yeah, I have like over 90 eyeshadow palettes, but most people don't. So yeah, I just think for a brand to really keep going, they need to keep up with trends, and B, have products that you finish on a regular basis and need to repurchase. So that's just my opinion though, but I do think it makes sense. So let us know what you think. Let us know, do you have this palette? A lot of you guys told me that you did see this at Marshall's as well. And I saw some people I follow on Instagram saw some other BH palettes there. So yeah, I'm excited they're still gonna be around. Let me know if you do wanna see a look with the Makeup Geek shadows that I have. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.